Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 183. Yeah! Today we are without our co-host Flex. He had something urgent that came up, so we'll give him a pass because he's never missed one of these before. So, Flex, hope everything's okay. So, I am your co-host Yam Juice, and today we're very, very pleased to have a guest that's brand new to the show. None other than Mr. El1te Assass1n. Yeah!
Hi, everybody. So,
El1te, let me just check this thing is going here, make sure I'm not missing this. All right, so El1te, your YouTube channel is just about to hit 100 subs.
Yeah, pretty close. Pretty excited about it. Never thought I'd get that far, actually.
So, when did you start that?
Oh, geez. Like the summer after Halo 4 came out. So, almost 3 years ago.
Okay,
yeah, I've been a very small, slow-growing channel.
Well, see, there are periods where you put out a lot of videos, and there are periods where you don't put out so many videos. Your road to 50, you were pretty doggone active.
Yeah, well, the job I had was very, very. I would say my hours fluctuated a lot, and sometimes a lot of overtime, and it just was crazy trying to put videos out with that workload. So that's why I kind of was so random with a lot of my videos and stuff.
Yeah, good old Halo 4. It was like a lot of us got our YouTube start on Halo 4. A whole lot of us here. So,
oh yeah, absolute lot of us.
I think pretty much every YouTube person I know on Halo is like none of them go back any farther. Oh well, BBK.
Yes, BBK. He's actually, him and Diddy were two people that kind of like inspired me to start my channel because I watched them probably for the year before Halo 4 came out, so I've been watching them for a while before I started my channel throughout Reach.
Yeah, so we always like to ask this on the show, so let's talk about your, we'll talk about your Halo history,
all right,
and then we'll just talk about your gaming history in general. So, when did you pick up Halo?
Me personally, I picked up Halo the winter I got my Xbox 360. Now, I had played it over friends' houses, Halo 2 a lot, for, probably since like 2005, I believe. I don't know. It was 2 years before the Xbox 360 came out, I know. My friends got it, and I played over their houses a lot, split screen. But I didn't actually own Halo at all until right before I got my Xbox 360. Because I'd been a PlayStation person before that. So, I basically got it, trying to think, Christmas 2006.
Christmas 2006. Okay.
Yeah, right before Halo 3 came out. Did
you go to the midnight launch of Halo 3?
Yep. Did that, skipped my day of college the next day.
I'll bet you there were a lot of college classrooms that were pretty low on attendance.
Oh yeah, the whole day before, every one of my class people were like going to the midnight, skipping tomorrow. So those classes were probably pretty barren. Yeah,
well, I wasn't a Halo player, but I remember when Halo 3 was coming out, it was like it made the mainstream news. It was like, yeah. It was
big. Because Halo 2 was so big that Halo 3 coming afterwards, it just followed that momentum.
Yeah, well, plus now Xbox had a proper, online system, and there was actually people who had broadband, and it's like now everything was set in place to work for multiplayer.
Yeah.
In the Halo 2 days, like, not that many people had, broadband internet connections, and Xbox Live came into its own finally.
Oh yeah, I'm lucky the friends I had broadband. I know I didn't for quite a while.
Yeah, let's see, I didn't get it until I don't know. It was in the mid 2000s. Before it was just good old dial-up, we were on Napster, stealing songs with dial-up internet.
Yeah. My dad had dial-up for the longest time, and it was so painful.
I don't know if any of you younger people experienced it, but that horrible noise when it was connecting.
Yeah. It was so cringeworthy.
It's like when broadband came out, it's like the idea that it was just always on. It was just on all the time. It was hard to understand, hard to comprehend that, because it's like if you wanted the internet, you had to switch the internet on. You know, that's how it was.
Yep, couldn't go on your phone, so you tied up the phone lines
Right.
if you went on.
Right, I was trying to call you for 3 hours.
You're on the damn internet.
That's right. That's right.
You're like, yeah, I loaded one page. 3 hours.
So you started off with Halo 3. So you hit the ground running on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of Halo 3, a lot of Halo Reach, and I actually really wish, looking back now, I would have started my channel a lot earlier. Because a lot of my personal friends, we played the crap out of Halo 3 and Halo Reach. We had so many like funny videos, funny clips, game types, and after piling up so many, I've deleted so many because of the 100 limit to Halo 3 and Reach. And there were just so many times we were so active then. And once Halo 4 started, I had planned to not just make a channel about myself. It was meant to be just me and my friends, which is why I do the Clips of the Month videos I do.
Yeah.
But a lot of my personal friends stopped playing Halo at Halo 4, and all that we used to do just kind of died. Because we used to do like 16 hours a weekend, just Halo, every year throughout college. That's what we did.
That's what you did, yeah.
So like we had so much just things we did, and that would have been so fun. So many great gameplays, funny gameplays. And unfortunately, when Halo 4 came out, a lot of people, for whatever reason, and I kind of say my one friend wasn't a very aggressive player. He felt Halo 4 wasn't for him, and some other friends just kind of lost the urge to play it.
Yeah. Now they stuck through with you all through Reach too, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you gonna keep that shark on your head?
Actually, that was a little tight.
Well, we want to see the real elite.
Yes,
the real guy.
Not getting its head chomped off.
Well, so then Halo 4, then I guess you made like a sort of a different, sort of a phase of friends since the other ones dropped out. Do you still have anybody left from the old days?
Oh yeah, I still hang out and talk to all those guys because we're good, close personal friends. Like most of my friends I've known close to 10 years at least, with one of them being like 22 or 23 years. But we just play a lot of different games, which is why sometimes you'll see other games on my channel. Sometimes they'll still jump on Halo, but it's kind of hard to get them to go on there. To be honest,
yeah,
their taste changed.
Well, for one thing, like shooting dudes running around jumping, it's fun as hell. But I guess even at some point, some people will get their fill of it, even if they love the hell out of it. It's like, it's like I love a certain kind of flavor of ice cream, and if I eat it every single time, at some point I'll need a different flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of my friends, like my best friend, he's more of a Battlefield player now. That's more his style. He likes the big, grand, just exciting time of Battlefield. He likes being able to go in a tank. He likes being able to be a foot soldier, do all that kind of stuff. He likes more the versatility of that, where his brother, who's a good friend of mine, likes more Call of Duty style games. Or the other one likes more Gears. Some people went to MMOs. Everyone kind of changed their flavor changed a little bit. What kind of game they liked.
Yeah. So, your friend that likes Battlefield, is he digging the Star Wars game?
Not that much, honestly. No, not really. It feels kind of shallow, to be honest. I mean, we all bought. If you do watch my Clips of the Month series, you'll see a lot of times I have people Shadow Duex and Soft Requiem. Soft Requiem is my best friend I've known for 23 years. He's the one who likes Battlefield. His brother Shadow Duex also really does. They're big Battlefield people. They thought Star Wars would be great, and it kind of feels a lot like Star Wars and Battlefield, and think they like it. Nah, just there's not enough there for them. Like they feel all the guns feel similar. there's one that many maps on the
Do
bigger
you
game
do you
modes.
have the OP pre-order gun?
No, I don't. No, I don't. What is there one? I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't know. You didn't know.
No.
All the YouTubers are talking about whatever the pistol, that you got
Oh.
for pre-ordering.
Yeah. I think I've been killed by it. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, certainly you've been killed by it because
Yes,
that's what they're
yes.
saying. Well, from what I've seen, it looks amazing. It looks just wow. It's like eye candy.
Oh, visually, it's really, really good. Even like on the Xbox, it really surprised me as to what they were able to do.
Maybe the best looking game that I've ever seen.
No,
I don't know.
I'd be close to saying that. I wouldn't disagree with you, to be honest. It really is very impressive. I just wish they would have put more time into the meat of the game as well.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people really expected a lot from it.
Well, I mean, Battlefront was such a beloved game back in like the PS2, Xbox era. 1 and 2 were such a big, strong fan base. People wanted it back,
Right.
and I don't know.
Well, you had those people, the Battlefront fans, and then you also had the Battlefield guys who've been waiting a long time for their next proper Battlefield, because most of them didn't consider Hardline, to be it.
Now, Hardline was just a little aside. The Halo Reach of Battlefield, or
ODST.
like the own little thing. Yeah.
It was the ODST.
Yeah, it was its own little thing. I thought it was fun for a while, but not, like you said, not a proper Battlefield.
Yeah. So, all right. So that brings us to the present. What do you think? Well, actually, we're going to go back to let's hear about your gaming history. So, did you start as a little teeny bitty thing?
Yep. I'd go visit my aunt. She used to have a little Atari. I'd play with that. I always had a Sega Genesis at my mom's house and a Super Nintendo at my dad's house. So ever since I was little, I was always.
It was great that you had both, huh?
Yeah, I mean, well, unfortunately, I was young. My parents divorced, but I was too young to even know that. But one side of the family would have one system, the other would have the other. So I'd have the benefit of having both.
Yeah. Some poor bastards have to just stick with one or the other.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
I was very fortunate. My family was very supportive and very, generous in their gifts. So yes.
So they didn't criticize you. Little elite, you're wasting your time playing all these video games.
I mean, my mom and dad would say occasionally, but I also was a very active kid too. Like I also had played a lot of sports, played soccer for a number of years. I was in karate, so I was active outside of gaming. I still loved playing games at home, but
Karate.
yes, actually,
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
yeah, I actually did that for 8 years.
Wow. So, do you have any videos of you breaking a board?
Pretty sure I have somewhere actually a DVD somewhere in my closet or something.
You know what? Just for a hoot, you ought to post a karate video.
I should. It's been so many years since I've done it, but why not? That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah. So you started off early, and you were a PlayStation guy before you were an Xbox guy.
Yeah, trying to think how that actually happened, to be honest. I don't know why I got a PlayStation over an Xbox. But I know one thing that hooked me with them was when I was young, I played Final Fantasy VII. And kind of that whole Japanese RPG style kind of hooked me. So when it went from original PlayStation and they had the option, well, all the JRPGs are on PS2. So that's kind of where I went with that.
That's where you went, yeah.
And then after experiencing Halo, I kind of went, oh, well, that's a lot of fun with my friends. I could pick up a PS3 for the single-player JRPGs later. But an Xbox 360, I could play with my friends. I'm doing that a little bit more. That's kind of why I went.
Well, when the original Xbox came out, is like my brother bought an Xbox, the original Xbox. I'm like, he didn't have a game system before, and I'm like, you idiot, you fool! Why didn't you get a PlayStation? It's
Yeah.
like, Xbox is like a Johnny come lately. Nobody knows anything about Xbox. It's like PlayStation is the tried and true. You get an Xbox, you're an idiot. Well, then you had Halo.
Like that. Yeah, then Halo came out and that kind of changed a lot of things.
Well, if it hadn't been for Halo, maybe Xbox would have just been like a Johnny come lately, and maybe wouldn't have even lasted.
Well, when you look back, I mean, that system had some good games on it, but when it came to being an exclusive, yeah, Halo really was the big name title for that, the one that really drew people in. So yeah, I would agree with that. And Halo with Halo 2 and them having the matchmaking system, Xbox Live. Without Halo, there really wasn't a game that utilized Xbox Live to show that as a really good feature.
Right.
Sony had the PSN Network, the little adapter thing you screwed in the back, which I played some games on that, and that was kind of forgettable. But I mean, without Halo, I don't know how well Xbox Live would have taken off, or what games would have been used to show how great that really was.
Yeah. So what's your focus? So let's get that. That brings us to Halo 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's your opinion of Halo 5? What do you have to say?
Trying to think here, like my thoughts here. Halo 5, I enjoy it. I have fun playing it. I do. I think when it comes to mechanics and how it plays, how it feels, I think it's pretty good. I think it's a right step back toward where we were. I felt Halo 4 was a very weird with all the choices they make. We look at how the games went, like 3, Reach, and 4 just seemed like so out of the progression to me, with weapons on map not being a priority, with the random ordnance drops and everything they did. I feel like 5 took a step back the way it looked like it was progressing from Reach. Now, of course, like a lot of old Halo fans, I would love it to be no sprint, no, a lot of the no stuff. Of course, the part of me is always going to think that, but I do think it's putting Halo back in some more of a right direction than they were going with 4. God can only imagine if they would have kept with the 4's mentality what they would have made 5 to look like.
Yeah, it'd be so close to Call of Duty, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Or just something completely even different, something completely even crazier. Yeah. But no, I do enjoy the game. I do feel like it did miss a lot of core features at launch.
Right, where was Forge? Forge coming out 2 months late? I was like, why? They had how many goddamn years to make this game and they couldn't include it at launch? It's like just 2 lousy months.
It's really hard to see how much crunch time they had to do in those 2 months, considering we saw Forge maps in January in the beta. It does feel very weird to me. I mean, I can understand why Forge, after seeing it and using it a little bit, I can see they did do a lot of work on it. There's no denying that. But why it wasn't more of a priority, it does make you wonder a little bit why. It is kind of weird.
And no big team battles.
Well, when you see big team, it's there. But if it was there and supported with actual maps, it would take away from Warzone a little bit.
Right.
That's my feeling. So they want direct money. They want people to play Warzone.
They want to establish Warzone as a part of the Halo experience. It's obvious that this was quite a central focus.
Yes.
Of this particular iteration. It's like, well, this one's going to have Warzone.
I feel like maybe why Forge was delayed so much is just, I wonder how much focus and how much energy went into Warzone over the other aspects of the game to make it work with all the AI and just everything they had to put in there. I wonder if that maybe took a little more focus away from things like Forge.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, I myself am not a big Warzone fan. I didn't think it was that fun.
Some of my friends who do actually still play Halo, the ones I know personally, that's usually what we'll jump on, just because they don't like ranked, and Arena being all ranked kind of really turns them off of trying it.
Yeah,
but I can tell you, I'm not the biggest fan. And after, I think it was just New Year's Eve, I played with a little bit with Crazed, and oh my god, we had some people in there, man. It was not a fun time.
Yeah,
they just melted the entire thing. They spawn killed us for the entire length. Took 2 or 3 bases, kept us in our spawn, and just milked us. And it was not fun.
Well, it seems like every game you're either spawn trapped, or you're spawn trapping.
Yes, there doesn't seem like much of a middle ground anymore.
And to me, I would rather be on the side that spawn trapping the other team, but still, that's not even that fun. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. To be honest, with what we had New Year's Eve, there were times where they had Scorpion tanks and we didn't have BRs yet. It was like that bad. Those matches, they were just. It was the same. It was the same group of people. First off, we got paired with the same group of people twice. Like we backed out research and got put with the same people again. To recognize them. And they did the same thing. They immediately rushed your closest base, took theirs, left the neutral one go so tickets wouldn't bleed fast, so they can just destroy you. There's no quit option. There's no surrender. You just have to take it or quit, and that's...
Yeah, you can quit.
Yeah, there's definitely some balancing issues with the game. I know that people always think about the weapon balance, and I know it's meant to be crazy and out there and nuts. But I don't know, I feel like there's some kind of like mercy rule or something in there for people who are going to play it like that. Because you know the people who, if they can pad themselves, make themselves feel better by doing that to you, they're going to. And it just makes it not fun for anybody.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like they need that Warzone to sell those $100 rec packs. Have you bought any $100 rec packs?
Oh, no. I didn't even buy the $10 HCS one. You know, I love watching competitive Halo. I really do. I am kind of glad there is more focus on it, just from a personal aspect. My one friend got me into it back at the tail end of Reach, so I never really had to see it organized well.
Well, I would have bought it if it was $2.99, but
yeah,
I mean, come on.
No, $10. I was like, I don't like the armor. Even if I liked the armor, I maybe even would have thought about it. But I saw the armor and went, that's it. I'll pass.
Well, you know what? I would say $10 doesn't qualify as a microtransaction. That's above microtransaction. That's not micro. $10 is actual money.
Yeah, and I think $100 is. Hey.
Yeah.
That's more. That's the limited edition of the game again. For just rec packs.
Yeah. Well, for all our friends out there watching this who bought a $100 rec pack, we salute you. You're supporting the HCS, so we don't have to.
I mean, at first, honestly, with the microtransactions, I really was of the mindset, which I think a lot of people was, okay, so, you know, we'll get the free DLC without having the season pass or the map packs limiting what maps we play, and that's a great thing.
That is awesome. That's a wonderful thing.
That's the one benefit I will say of it. Now, have the maps been worthy of that? Well, we have Forge maps which have counted, which they didn't even make. You know, we had community forgers come in and make those BTB maps. They didn't even do that.
Yeah.
I think those count toward it. And a remix that was of a map on disc. So looking at it now, it's kind of like,
No, people say that, but I think that Overgrowth map plays so utterly different than Plaza. It's just like it's unrecognizable to me. I just don't see it.
Well, that's the thing. I don't mind the remixes that much, to be honest. Like Overgrowth does look different enough. Like Regret to me looks different enough than Truth. Mm-hmm. I don't mind them as maps. It does feel a little weird that it was an on-disc map being remixed as DLC. That's where more the line bothers me than anything. But
yeah,
on an idea of like the map as itself, I do feel it has enough of its own identity, which is the idea of a remix map.
Oh, it has an identity, all right. Overgrowth has an identity, all right. It's like tight corridors with shotguns and swords. It's like, oh my God, that map can be a nightmare to play sometimes.
Yes, I've been on the receiving end of one or two nightmare runs on that map.
Yeah,
that's how it looks.
I really love using a railgun, but I gave up trying because there's just no sight lines that are even vaguely long enough to use a railgun. You need close quarters guns.
Yeah, because if you're trying railgun and someone turns a shotgun or a sword, I'm not sure if you could early fire in this game or not, like you could in 4, but it just feels like you don't have the time. Like you're done. If they're on you, you're not paying attention around a corner or something, you're done. Yeah,
well, if they got rid of either the shotgun or the sword, that'd be a nice step.
Yeah. No, I definitely would. There's a little too much on that map.
Well, we're going to be getting new content every single month or every 2 months or
I believe they said every month till June, which is good, but I'm hoping they've made enough money that we're going to see that June date kind of expire and we can just keep seeing monthly updates. I'm hoping.
Maybe. Well, who knows? Maybe they'll put a Forge browser in or something like that.
I heard on Reddit and seen things that I think they are looking into it, which would be great. Because I think, what is it, right now you have to add the person as your friend and then look in their files for it.
Right.
I believe. But I think they are looking into one, and that would greatly benefit. But again, that's something like at launch. Why was that not prioritized?
Why
to
was it
launch
not
with
in
Forge?
there? Why was it not in there?
Yeah, or why wasn't it ready for Forge? Like, why wasn't it being developed alongside Forge? That's just something that doesn't make sense at all. Because that's an integral part of Forge, is sharing your maps. Okay. Otherwise, you're building it for yourself, and you're going to stand there and not going, yay. Checking the map.
All right, so what do you think of, like, this reminds me of, like, talking with Faven. Community features, man, community features.
Yeah.
So that guy has started a YouTube channel far, far, far younger than yours or mine, but he's already close to 3,000 subscribers.
I've seen, yeah. And
his videos are getting like 10,000 views.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy, yeah.
I know, I've seen some of his videos, and I even commented on his latest one, which is about, I believe, rec packs. I believe that's what it was on.
Yeah.
Because I don't always necessarily agree with all of his opinions, but I do respect the fact that his videos are very well thought out. I definitely will give him that. Do I agree with all of his opinions?
Well, he shows his logic. He makes his assertion, and then he, like, this is why I think this, because this is. It's like, okay, so he's got a reasoned opinion. It's not just like an opinion he just pulled out of his ass. It's
exactly.
Like, okay.
Do I agree with all the opinions sometimes? No. I thought the rec one was pretty well done. I did agree with a lot of the points on there. But I can see why
I like the thumbnail. He had that little Mr. Chief guy.
Yeah. That was a good idea by him to use that thumbnail. Because that was kind of the view that people go, oh, okay, we're okay with Rex. This makes sense. It was kind of one of the trailers that made us feel a little easy about.
Yeah, I watched it twice. I remember watching that. It was that guy from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
That dude.
No, it was definitely a good choice. And yeah, that trailer was pretty funny. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So whenever I buy a rec pack, I never buy it with cash. I always buy it with my points. But whenever I buy a rec pack, I always get silver. Because it's like, okay, you get permanent unlocks with silver. And I don't care about quality. I'm working for quantity.
Yeah, I've been doing the same too a lot. At first, I'm like, I'm going to buy gold packs, maybe get something cool. And then I'm like, I bought a silver and I'm getting the same stuff. So
yeah, really.
I just get more for the same points.
Yeah. So one thing is like the preposterousness of some of the helmets is like awesome. I love getting a new, incredibly ugly helmet. Some of them are just beyond like what anybody could conceive of ugliness, and those are my favorite ones. Yeah,
some of them are really out there. There's one helmet that I actually want to get that it's kind of funny with the hat I was wearing. The Mako with like the shark teeth.
Yeah.
That's one of the helmets I really want to get.
Actually, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. Some of them are really weird. I don't know what I brought back from 4. Oh, what was that one? I don't know what it's called. But you have like a VCR box coming out of your head. It looks like. It was one of the ones from 4. You have like a big stupid rectangle like sticking out of your forehead. And they brought that one back. I never understand why they did that. Because everyone made fun of that one.
Well, I had a strategy. It's like there's one that I use that's like when you're clicking between them, you see your guy like he changes like whatever to whatever helmet he's wearing. One of them is substantially smaller than the rest, so that's the one I use because I figure make my head as small as possible. So when dudes are trying to headshot me, they have a harder target to aim for. I'm sure the hitbox isn't changed, but it's just like visually. It's harder.
It mentally messes with you, yeah, and I know what you're saying.
Some of the helmets are huge, like the Seeker. It's like really giant, tall. It's like, man, that's a big target to aim for.
Yeah. No, I always wondered it. I mean, I know hitbox-wise it probably doesn't, but visually, when you're shooting at people like that, it makes you wonder. Like I know, like female Spartans, and I don't know if it was Reach.
Yeah, they're a little skinnier.
Yeah, they're a little skinnier. Yep.
Yeah, so aiming for the character model is just a little bit harder, I think.
Which I mean, maybe you do still hit the same. Like again, I never really went back and tested it, but just mentally, it kind of gives you like just mentally messes with you. Like, am I missing? Like, is it?
I'm sure the vectors and hitbox is exactly the same. But, if, like, also some suits of armor have, like, these big, wide shoulders. Some of them are a little skinnier. I try to make my character model as, like, tight as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because even my friends who play a lot of Gears of War, they like picking the female characters because they're much thinner than the other characters. Because in that game they're so bulky, and they're like, listen, we don't know if it's actually something different. Like, but when we're going against them, we think we're missing them or they're harder to hit. They actually built their Halo characters back in Reach the same way too. Like,
well, it's good that there is female characters because for no other reason is there are actually women gamers. There's girl gamers who like to play FPS, and it's like give them a female option. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about this whole political correct Anita Sarkeesian depicting women and all this jazz?
That's a hot topic you're throwing on me. But, yeah, I don't know. I think we've become a little bit crazy with political correctness to a certain point. Like, it's gone a little bit too far.
It's gotten out of hand.
Yeah, it has. Now, I know a lot in video games, women sometimes are depicted really scantily, and that's really not fair. But also in certain games, when it's done, you have to look at the counterpart, too. There's certain male
right. Well, the dudes are beefy he-men with like washboard abs and giant pectorals.
Yes. Now I can see if it's a game where that's not the case and the girls are done. I can see people get a little upset about that. But a lot of games it works both ways, and sometimes people are just looking at one side of a coin.
And also, you do have to realize that if you have a game like Dead or Alive or something like that, where it's like it's like kind of obviously exploiting hot chicks and stuff. Well, you know what? That's some guys like that. Some guys get their jollies off of that.
Some guys do. And the funny thing is, it's now becoming such a big deal. But how long has Dead or Alive been around? Quite a while. Like, not that they do anything different. Maybe they're a little bit more risque with their costumes now than then. But I mean, it's not like it's ever been timid.
Right.
I mean, it's not like it's also in game design. It's not like this just magically happened either. It's been going on since, heck, like, if you look at old, like, comics and stuff like that, it's kind of how it's always been depicted. It's kind of how it is. Or, like, my friend had, like, old Dungeons and Dragons manual, like, Woman Warrior. What it looked like. Kind of fantasy, kind of risque looking. It's just kind of how it's always been, too. So, all of a sudden now it's, like, under attack and I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that it's such a big deal when it really wasn't for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sexy gals are nice to look at. And if guys didn't want to look at sexy gals, they wouldn't make sexy gals for us. So there you go. Give the public what they want. Nobody's forcing anybody to buy a game.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so you got your gal is right there in the house with you. So
she's in the back there. She's laughing at me. Yeah.
You can't be too much of a male chauvinist pig.
Yeah. Want to come over here? What? You want to come over here?
Okay. All right, this is awesome. We're gonna meet Elite's fiance.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. You're on Bulletproof underwear.
I was in the kitchen laughing at him.
Yeah. Well, I think it's funny because when it comes to like females in games and stuff, you're always kind of like, whatever.
Yeah, I never really cared.
Yeah, she doesn't really care how.
I always liked the female armor, even if it was not functional. I don't know.
Yeah.
It never bothered me.
Yeah, they always have nice protective chest plates.
Mm-hmm. Very protective.
Absolutely. Yeah, so are you a gamer too?
Yes.
All right. What's your favorite kind of games?
I like weird Japanese games. I like the dating sims and stuff like that. And then
those kind of games.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
There's a YouTuber called K-pop. You ever watch her channel?
I've heard of her.
Tons of that. Yeah, it's actually white. Yeah, it's White Boy 7th Street's girlfriend, and she has her own channel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like K-pop.
Yes. Apparently she likes K-pop as well, which is like my favorite thing. So.
Well, not only that, but her name is Kelly.
Oh.
And I think pop is part of her last name, so it's like it works out
that's cool.
perfectly.
That's cool.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. So what do you think about this guy, like, spending all his time, like, hanging out with his idiot Xbox friends?
I don't mind.
No.
I think he's so happy doing it that just let him do his thing. Wear a shirt.
All right.
At.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are going to get hitched then, huh?
Yeah. Eventually. I'm working on it.
Have you set a date?
December 15th. We just don't know what year yet.
Yeah, we're trying to work out financials.
December 15th.
Planning
All
and
right.
bidding is hard.
Oh yeah. Well, might I recommend just get in a car and go to Vegas and go through a
That's
drive-through?
what I said. I don't want to wear a dress.
Yeah. Get an Elvis impersonator to
See?
preside over the wedding.
Yeah.
You know, like give him $120 and voila!
You pay him to dress up as Chief. I mean,
That would be
opposed
awesome.
to that.
That would be awesome.
See?
Yeah.
They get it.
Yeah, he gets it.
That'd be fine by me.
Wow. So you guys are in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are
Right.
you like Philadelphia, Pittsburgh?
Northeast, kind of by Scranton. Have you ever heard of it?
Well, Scranton. That's where Dunder Mifflin Paper is.
Yep. Yeah.
office, yep.
I actually work in Scranton at the newspaper.
yeah,
there.
you do.
Yeah.
You work in a paper company and you sell paper. No, and your boss is named Michael Scott.
Yeah. But yeah, we actually
Yeah.
live probably like 20, 30 minutes away from Scranton. So that is the fame of this area, yes.
Yeah. So, are you into the local sports teams and stuff?
Not too much. I mean, we do actually have quite a bit of local sports teams around our area. We
Yeah.
have the Pittsburgh Penguins hockey team. We have their
Little team?
Yeah,
I don't know
they're-
what you would call it.
their AAA team, I guess.
Like
minor
league?
league or
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. We have the Yankees farm team also close by us. So we do actually have a lot of sports.
The Rail Riders?
Yeah, the
or
Rail
something? I don't
Riders.
remember.
That sounds dumb.
That's a weird name.
It
Yeah,
used to be the Red Barons.
yeah. It used to be the Red Baron. It used to be the Phillies home team, but
Yeah.
they changed it for some reason. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Rail
I
Riders
live
is a
in-
very weird name.
I live in Oakland, home of the Golden State Warriors.
Yes, you guys must be very happy with how they've been doing.
I'm not really a basketball fan, but it is something that we can hang our hat on here in Oakland. And we got a badass
yeah.
basketball team. And of course, we have the Raiders, and we have the A's.
Yes, and you have some pretty decent sports teams because, like, I'm a football fan, so I know the Raiders are getting better.
Yeah,
Definitely after years of not being so good.
I don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were all just waiting for years and years and years for Al Davis to finally die.
hey, things have been looking up since.
It's been yeah, it's like looking up since. Yeah, and anywho, I'm not a big sports fan. I used to be kind of a baseball fan, and I wish that we had a minor league team. One time I went to Sacramento where the A's have their AAA team and went to a game, and oh my god, it was so fun. It was craziness. They did all kinds of wacky stuff.
Yeah.
And the fans were just so into it. You know, it just seemed like, man, I would go to a lot of games if we had a minor league team here.
Yeah, they do seem to be a bit more fun than the
They're fun,
more
they're-
serious Major League stuff.
Yeah, they're more fun with it. Their prices are generally cheaper. So easy to go to.
Right.
Yeah.
Easier to get to.
We definitely have to go up there a little bit.
Yeah, I've been to a
times.
couple Rail Riders games or whatever, but they do a lot more fun stuff.
Rail
I think
riders.
yeah.
What the hell is a rail rider?
I think it's like a hedgehog. I don't know. It's weird.
I have no idea.
I don't understand what it is.
Well, the one thing is, Scranton is known for their
Oh, trains.
the trains. There's a part
Oh,
of
yeah.
Scranton called Steamtown, so I think they might have got it from that idea
Yeah.
around the area. But it just sounds
Yeah.
kind of weird. It really does.
the rail riders.
Rail
Yeah.
It's like maybe it's like an old hobo from the Depression or something.
Maybe.
Riding the rails.
That would make it better.
Yeah. I actually
So,
don't know
like
what the mascot is either.
I thought it was a hedgehog.
I,
I don't know.
I don't know.
You got a hedgehog mascot?
Maybe it's Sonic.
Yeah. Well, I like the Milwaukee brewers because they have like the sausage races.
Do they?
Have you ever seen that? They have
I haven't.
people in wiener costumes.
Oh,
This one's a bratwurst, and this one's a knockwurst, and they can hardly see in these things, and they're like racing, and always somebody falls over and trips, and it's
That
hilarious.
sounds wonderful.
That is. Sounds like a lot of fun.
So, all right, so you're close. You're in the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours ahead of me, you sons of bitches.
Yep.
I hate it. All you guys there's so many of you guys in the East Coast time zone. It's like,
Yep.
oh, it's like when I'm ready to play, all you guys are petered out and tired.
Yeah, especially now, because now my job has me up at 8:30 in the morning, so
Oh,
I haven't been on late at all recently.
Oh, poor baby. You get up at 8:30 in the morning. Oh.
She's,
Welcome to the vast majority of humanity.
I'm just saying that, like, if you're getting on at like 7, I'm going to bed. You know what I mean? So it's hard to play with a lot of the West
Little
Coast
man.
people now too.
I have to
Yes.
wake up I had to wake up at 3 a.m. for like
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
8 a.m.
Well, I have to cross the Bay Bridge into San Francisco during rush hour.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's a toll bridge and it's narrow and it's like it takes about 20 lanes and it filters them down into 5. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
jeez.
that toll plaza.
Oh, that sounds like
my
hell.
God.
That sounds like hell.
So you guys are close to a lot of stuff. You're close to like New York and Boston probably and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We actually would go up to Boston
Oh, yeah, for PAX.
for PAX East, which is the first year we're not going up there, but
Yeah.
we have been the past few years.
You're gonna miss PAX this year?
Yeah, well, actually, up until what?
We didn't even know the tickets were on sale.
Yeah, well, first off, we didn't know the tickets were on sale, and by the time we found out, all the passes except for like one day were gone.
Yeah.
Because PAX, I don't know how much you know about PAX's ticketing thing, but
It's terrible.
it's really bad. Really, really bad. And the last few years, since I believe Penny Arcade actually sold it, they're not in charge of PAX anymore. Since then, they really crowd it in there a lot. I don't know if you saw my last year's videos about my like time at PAX. You can't really do much anymore. Like the lines are so bad, everything's capped.
It's Q Line, the convention.
Yeah, it basically is. Like it's really gotten bad there. They allow so many people in, and there's just so many people there. You can't see anything. You maybe get to play one game, unless you're just focused on that,
Yeah.
and you don't experience anything else but that. Or you're a
Yeah.
press badge, or you got a press badge.
Or like to buy things.
Yeah.
You like the box.
So what games are you looking forward to most that are upcoming?
Ooh,
Or
there's,
do you have your eye out that far, or are you just like looking in the present?
I do. There's a lot of games. Like a lot of people I know, Overwatch, something I'm interested
Yeah.
in. I like Blizzard games. They're usually pretty well made, so that looks interesting. My friend's been talking to me about The Division. That seems like an interesting game. Don't know how much time I'll have to play it.
Final Fantasy Explorer.
At Final Fantasy Explorers for DS. There's a lot of JRPGs for PS4, like Persona 5, Star Ocean.
So you've got a
5.
PS4 also.
Yes. We actually have
me
Xbox
too.
One, PS4, Wii U. Got them all.
I don't have a Wii U.
Yeah.
So what's your
Smells
favorite
similar.
Wii U game?
What's our favorite Wii U game? Yours is
Splatoon?
Splatoon.
Hers is Splatoon.
I'm an addict.
It looks fun. I
It's
never,
really
I never
fun
got to
to-
see it.
very
Played.
different.
Is it a first-person shooter or a first-person sprayer?
It's the third person sprayer.
Oh, okay.
But it's good
third-person
because you
sprayer.
just have to ink the land because I can't aim. So if I don't have to shoot anybody, I just have to shoot the floor. So it's a good game for me.
Well, you'd be good on a Halo with rockets then.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah. You just paint the floor.
Yep.
With the
I can
guys
do
with
that.
guns.
Kill everybody else.
I could do that.
Yeah. So how did you guys meet?
Through a friend, she was my coworker and friend, and your best friend.
Yep. I was tricked.
Yeah, you were tricked. Yes, you
She
were
tricked me
tricked.
into going on a date with him and then her guy that she was interested in. So I got tricked, but it was a good trick.
Yes. And 5 years
What?
later,
Yeah.
All right. So, are you guys gonna make your home in Scranton or in the area, or are you gonna go somewhere else when you get
For now, here is good.
yeah, for now it's here. Both of our families are around here. Both of all of our friends are around here. So I mean, for now, in the immediate future, looking probably stick around here. In the long term,
Who knows?
you never know. Job opportunities and stuff. But for right now, we're kind of content to stay in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I noticed that, like, when Halo announced that they were going to have companies, which is like clans.
Yeah.
Okay, so Modest Major started one at the very same time. Cleanup started one, which sort of pissed me off because, like, before I even knew about cleanups, I signed up with Modest Majors, and you are in Cleanup's clan.
Yes.
Battle Royale.
Yes.
Where you are not just in the clan, you are a lieutenant.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, one of the higher people in there. I mean,
That's a lot of responsibility being a lieutenant, you know.
yes. Actually, it's funny because I went on to Waypoint the one time. It's like, you request to join the company. I'm like, what? I can choose people to come in or not? Yeah, I had no idea. Like, that was something with that. So, it's
So if somebody wanted to join, you could give them the thumbs up
or thumbs down.
You could squash their dreams.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be in your clan, man.
I could be the dream destroyer. Yes.
Yeah.
I do kind of wish, though. I mean, I heard in the update they're incorporating clans a little more into the actual game. It's been a little disappointing that they didn't really have that much of a.
Well, right now, what function does it serve? Nothing. As far as I can tell, it's just a name. That's all it is.
I heard they said they're going to bring like accommodations and stuff in, and like company stats eventually.
Well, there's something that you can wear on your character, or do you get a placard or something?
I know like if you go on someone's service record, it says their name there. But besides that, I really don't know what else they've done. Yeah, like you said though about Cleanup and Major, it's funny because I remember at one point I thought Cleanup was going to break his up and join Majors, or they were like talking about
bring the clans together.
Yeah, like working together as one company, just so they could have enough people in there. But I mean, nothing's really come of the companies, which I mean does kind of suck. But then again, with how people have been playing 5, it's kind of hard to as well. We lost a lot of our people who we play with too, who just moved on, or it's hard to catch them on.
Yeah. Well, I've been having a blast with it. I've been obsessed with it. It's fun as hell. I am, of course, not a super great player. You're a way better player than me.
Thank you. I mean,
yeah. Well, you're all Onyx and Diamond and Platinum rankings for everything, and I'm all Bronze, Silver, and Gold rankings. But I like the ranking systems. Other people don't like it, but I do because it keeps me from having to play against people who are like as good as you.
This is your expertise.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Halo.
Well, it's been nice talking to you.
Yep.
You too.
But I do think the ranking system works to a bit. I mean, it's kind of weird how it's gone just with how it's been pulling people. I know a lot of people in the higher ranks, and people maybe feel they got ranked too high. I even at times feel like I've been ranked too high with people I'm playing. I don't know. I think people don't like change. Like the 1 to 50 worked for its time, but I think even in MCC, we saw people getting a little frustrated with it, with how that worked too.
Right.
I don't know. I enjoy the rank system. I think it works for what it is.
Well, I think it worked a little better on this season than like the January season than it did on the preseason. I think people are more appropriately ranked.
Yeah. I think it's good it's going to have seasons 2 because they could look at where people are complaining, where there's issues with it, and hopefully tweak it as the seasons go on. So, hopefully right now maybe it's not the best, but eventually it'll work out to where everyone will, or not everyone, but majority will like it. I think it has potential to be really good. And
well, when they were first put into place, I was thinking, this is going to suck because I'm not as good of a player. So people that are good, like you and other people who are like Onyx and Diamond, are not going to want to play with me because you might be risking your rank. But if like a low ranked player goes into your lobby,
yeah,
you're not going to be like, say you're Diamond.
Yes,
you're not going to be matched up against 4 diamonds. Because my influence of silver, it's going to bring it down. You're going to be playing people who are platinum probably.
Yeah,
or maybe a little bit of a mix. So it'll actually make your lobby easier. So
No, I have noticed that when playing with other players, it has done a better job at trying to balance it out. And the only time we really see many problems is if you're playing a team of 4 and you know you're playing a team of 4, and it's very obvious when that's happening. But no, I think it does a pretty good job with that.
now we were playing with a team of 4 last night, and we had Hawkeye, who's Diamond, and it's like he was definitely influencing our lobbies higher than I was used to, for sure, and I could tell. Now for him, it was probably a field day.
Hawkeye's pretty good. I've had played with him, I think only once, but he's really good.
He's a good player. He calls out and all that. He's also a crazy nut.
Yeah. Aren't a lot of us, though. Aren't a lot of us.
Aren't a lot of us? Yeah.
Probably the best English. But
it's hard to not have fun when you're playing with somebody like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
So who are the people that you probably spend the most time playing with? Your homies.
In Halo, you mean? Like specifically? Mm-hmm. Or
In Halo.
Halo? I'm trying to think. Unfortunately, recently I haven't been on too much. I also have a big backlog of games, but when I'm playing, I think people I play most with probably Crazed, Rapscallion. Those two are probably the most I've played with.
I end up playing with Whopper and Tej a lot.
Whopper and Tej? Actually,
Yeah.
I don't think I played with Tej. I played with Whopper once or twice.
They're both very good players.
Mm.
Tej is that guy who's in Vegas. We had him on the show, and he was regaling us with. He works on the Strip.
Oh, it's interesting.
He works on the Strip. There's all kinds of he was telling us the other day, like New Year's Eve in Vegas, stupid people getting even stupider.
Of course.
We have to have him back with just Vegas stories.
I'm sure he has a ton.
Yes, he has celebrities, that come in all the time because he works at one of the major casinos. So it's like shenanigans. So you guys ever go to Atlantic City?
I don't actually. I'm not that big of a gambler, to be honest. My grandparents love going there. We actually have Mohegan Sun Casino right in our city nearby in Wilkes-Barre. So there's actually a lot of gambling around here, but I don't know. Don't have that much money, not going to gamble it away.
If you went to New Jersey, you could go to Trump's casino.
There's a casino there?
Yeah, he has a Trump casino or something. I don't know what it's called. It's probably called Trump something.
Probably.
Everything he has is called Trump something. What do you think? Like he might be our president.
It's a bit scary, in my opinion.
Donald Trump.
To me. It's a little bit scary, that thought. And again, I personally really don't look much into politics, but I don't really like a lot of the candidates we have this time running around. I don't really see one that I can relate to or aren't a little bit scared of what they're going to do.
Yeah, that's true. Now, if he were to become president, I think probably he'd have a Secret Service detail, and at least one guy would be in charge of keeping his hairspray safe at all times.
Yes, of course. His hair must be perfect at all times.
Yeah, he's gonna have how most people use hairspray is like in an aerosol can.
Yeah. You know
how they spray insect poison, like they have a canister that has a pump like that.
Yeah.
And a wand. That's probably how they apply Donald's hairspray.
Make sure to get all of it on there. That'd be a funny cartoon to see. Someone do that up.
If he headbutted you, you'd have to go to the hospital.
Probably. The hair is so hard and formed.
It's absolutely hard. Yeah. So you and I haven't played Halo 5, I don't think.
I don't think we actually have.
We played a teeny weeny bit of Halo 4, I think, maybe.
Yeah, well, like you said, with the timing, too. East Coast, West Coast, it is kind of hard. Yeah, we definitely have to play some more.
Yeah, well, the weekends.
That is true, yes.
So what are your plans for the rest of this weekend?
This weekend, I'm actually going to go probably hang out with my friends a little later when my fiancé heads to work. And that's probably about it. Kind of boring. Don't really have that many exciting things. Hang out with friends for spare time.
Well, too bad you're not going to do anything exciting like what I've got planned.
What do you got? What do you have planned?
Well, my wife is insisting that after this show, we're going to go have something to eat, and then we're going to go see the Alvin and the Chipmunks animated movie.
Oh, man.
Woo! 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 Envy me.
I do, sir. I'm going to be stuck in a house with possibly some bickering. But
now, I'd rather see the Hateful Eight, Tarantino, violence, all that good stuff.
Alvin and Chipmunks not quite your
Alvin
alley.
and the Chipmunks. Well, it got like 1 star on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. I forgot what it was. It's like not a favorite with the critics.
No, not a cinematic masterpiece, as they would say.
But I've already seen I think 2 Chipmunk movies. So
might as well see this one too, right?
What are you gonna do? It's like, hey, I want to keep up on the lore.
Yeah, you got the lore's important. You got to keep up to date.
Hey, speaking of movies, did you see Star Wars yet?
Funny story. We were actually supposed to yesterday. We had a gift card from Christmas, and it's for Fandango, which a lot of movie theaters take, and the one nearby us had for years. We go on the app, or getting ready to buy our tickets, and it's like, you can't buy movies here with this. And we didn't understand why. So I called the theater, and as of November, they changed their policy. So now we had this gift card, and we were kind of like, you know what? We can't use a gift card. We're not going there today.
Yeah.
So we kind of changed our plans. But we plan to, so we haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet. Well, you'll be the last person on the planet.
Probably. Probably.
Now, I'm actually not a Star Wars fan. I'm kind of a curmudgeonly semi-hater.
Oh, yeah?
But see, I'm old. I'm old. I was a senior in high school when the very first Star Wars movie came out, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the next one. The third one I thought was stupid with the little teddy bear guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I forget what they're called.
The Ewoks.
Ewoks, yes.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Try to defend that. Just try to defend that. I dare you. Tell me that was a good movie.
They were cute and cuddly? I don't know.
They were cute and cuddly.
I honestly can't remember much. It's been a long time since I've seen.
Yeah, but I actually enjoyed the new one. It's like, wow, they surprised me. I thought it was going to be stupid, but I liked it.
That's good to hear. I mean, you're someone who's a little bit more of a, how do I say it? Not that big of a fan, but if you enjoyed it, then that's saying a lot.
Well, I think fans, really are digging it, and rightly so. It's a good movie. So are you a person that has like 500 figurines and all that?
Not Star Wars, but actually in the shelf above me is full of a lot of figurines.
Are there any Halo figurines?
Yes.
All right, look at that guy. Look at that guy.
Got a little Chief pop figure. We actually bought the Spartan Fred figure, which is quite a bit of weight above me.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You have Fred.
Yes. Because I actually read the books and grab damn gun.
Let's see. Is this Fred?
Yeah. That's the Fred figure.
Oh, it is. It is.
Because I actually read a lot of the books, and I enjoy a lot of the extended universe, and he's actually one of my favorite characters from it, so I thought it was cool making a figure.
Yeah. So did you enjoy the campaign?
Campaign. I did enjoy it a little bit. It just felt like such a in-between type thing. Like, that could have been done a lot quicker, a lot more story points put onto it. Those missions that you had to walk and talk to people were so disappointing.
That was lame.
It was really lame. The only thing I can really say I liked about the campaign, I liked a lot of the banter between the teams. It felt like you got to know a little bit of Blue Team, even if you didn't know them.
Yeah.
You could see they're a little more human than Chief. They joked around a bit. Their personalities in the book were kind of carried over. Locke's team had some personality when they were talking, but overall, story-wise,
Well, so what did you think about that epic moment when Chief meets Locke in a cutscene?
In a cut, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be a cutscene type thing, but man, that was so anticlimactic.
It's like we were fed this marketing thing that like one of them is going to end up shooting the other one dead.
Yeah.
You know,
Or like it being like a much more brutal beating. It was basically just like Locke's like, I'm taking you in, Chief's. And they're like, dude, I'm Chief.
taking you in. No, you ain't.
Yeah,
It's
he's basically
real
like, you're not even close to my level. Beat the crap out of him, stun him. Goodbye.
Yeah. What was that? What was that trailer like? Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Look around. Was it worth it? You know what? Where did it? What did that have to do with the story?
You knew what Chief's motivation by end of episode or mission 2? Beginning of mission 3, when you knew about Cortana, that Cortana was something was wrong with her, you knew what he was doing, why he was doing it, that he had no part in any of the problems that were going on. Yeah, the marketing campaign, I'll give Microsoft, their marketing campaign was great. Those guys hyped the shit out of that game.
They built a rail riding hype train.
Their marketing team should get awards for that. That was amazing to pull people in. But man, did they not. Were they not told what was going on?
It was a bait and switch.
It was. Oh, yeah. It was. It was definitely a bait and switch. My overall feeling of the campaign, I think it was very much a segue. Like, that was not a $60 game campaign. That was an ODST style. Something small, something in between.
Yeah.
It was meant to bridge the gap for, hey, look, 6 is going to be awesome. But you had no substance in 5.
And then Cortana is wearing clothes and her hoodies are much smaller.
Yeah, that was a weird change.
Yeah, it's like every episode, you know, Cortana gets sexier. This one, she went the other way.
And like they're trying to be a little more like you were saying before about being politically correct.
The Sarkeesian effect,
yeah,
actually had an impact, I think.
Design wise, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, but I still had fun. It was like, you know, a brand new Halo campaign. Hell's yeah.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I did enjoy it. It just was a letdown in a lot of ways. That's how I would say it. I still had fun with it. I think the story was as bad as some people say, because like I said, I read all the books. A lot of it wasn't so left field, but I also had that knowledge, and that kind of sucked too.
I wanted Arbiter to be a bigger part of it. It's like they brought him in for just to say they brought him in.
Yeah, that was weird. Or having that was it Joel Madama, the big baddie from 4, who they've talked about in a lot of like the books and the comics, and he's dead in the first mission in a cutscene. No, there's a lot of weird choices with a lot of the characters they did. Hey, Arbiter's here. He spun somebody over and stabbed him. That was cool.
And that's about all you get from the Arbiter.
Yeah.
Like, we'll visit the Arbiter later, maybe, in 6.
That's what the campaign felt like. We'll visit this later.
Yeah. So how much later do you think? When will we get the conclusion to this? Will it be a 2-year thing or will it be a 3-year thing?
I don't know, but actually, you know what? I was thinking something too. I think a lot of this campaign's problem was when it went from a new trilogy to a saga. I feel like when they made that conscious decision, because it was supposed to be 4, 5, 6 originally. That was it. But then, no, I don't know if it was a year or two, how long ago it was, then they came out saying, no, it's going to be the 4 or the Reclaimer saga. I think that's where we saw 5 go from a definitive game to we're going to have more than just 5, 6. So we got to make it seem like stretch this out more. So I don't know how long it's going to be till we see their. Then
well, you don't really want them to ever stop making them, do you? I mean,
I don't know. As a fan, that's always a tough thing. As a fan, like you always want it to be there, but you kind of get afraid of it getting stale or them just maybe going a little too crazy with it.
Well, you don't want it to get stale, but then again, do you really want them to stop?
Yeah,
it's like I don't really want that.
No, like I said, it's a tough place to be. I know, personally, I would like it to keep going.
Yeah, I want them to keep going, but handle it perfectly. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, I mean it's not unreasonable. That's a fan way. You gotta have it your way. Just gotta keep going. You gotta have a new game with all new stuff, but don't change it too much.
We need to change just the right amount.
Just the right amount.
Exactly the right amount. And considering like everybody's definition of the right amount is completely different.
Yeah.
That's a pretty tall order.
Well, I think actually you see a lot of that out there with a lot of the people with Halo. I think Lurker Zero hit the ball in the park before. He's like asking what Halo is to you. It's just so diverse for everybody. It's really hard for everybody to get on the same page at this point. With so many different people playing it for varying degrees of time, varying
and
different
games
reasons.
have evolved. The what people think of as a game like has evolved. It's like,
Yep.
you know.
I talked to my one friend, South Requiem. We'd always go, remember the Dave going back in a video game store and like an EB and be like, wow, what is this game? I have no idea. There's no internet to really hype it up. There's no, maybe you get like your PSN or your like monthly magazine and you see a little bit about it, buy a game and go, oh man, what is this? I'm so excited. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah, all the genres are pretty mature.
Yeah.
And everything is just a rehash of something else.
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part, yeah. It really
Except
is.
Cuphead. I'm looking forward to Cuphead. Whatever the hell that is, I'm on board.
That does look interesting. I love the visual style. I know my fiance is looking forward to that too. It just looks so interesting.
That art style is just, that got me, man.
Yeah.
I have no idea what kind of game it is, but I'm getting it.
It looks like a platformer, possibly, from what I've seen of it, but I don't know either. It just looks interesting.
Who knows?
Hope it'll be fun.
Well, anyway, I think we've got a show going on here. This is good. So, everybody out there watching this show right now, El1te Assass1n needs a few more subscribers to hit 100 subs.
I think 6.
Go to his channel, Elite. Is it El1te Assass1n or is it A40 El1te Assass1n?
A40 El1te Assassin. El1te Assassin's actually taken. So I have A40.
And the I's are the number 1.
Yes.
And there's 2 S's twice in Assassin.
Yes.
It's hard for me to spell assassin. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, you don't know how many times before making a YouTube channel I thought about changing my gamer tag. It was something. It was Christmas morning. I'm like, I want to go on and play. I don't care what sounds cool. And then when Lisa was taking, I'm like, I'll just switch the eyes out. Whatever. I can change this later. And like 9 years later, here I am.
Here you am.
Yep.
So yeah, follow him. Subscribe to him on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter. The links will be in the description.
It's,
All right. So if you're still watching Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 183.
yay.
I've been your co-host, Yam Juice, and we would like to thank our awesome Pennsylvania YouTubing badass Halo mofo guest, El1te Assass1n. Yeah!
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, sure. We'll get you back on soon, I hope.
Hey, I'd be glad to do it. Just let me know.
Cool. So this is what we talked about earlier.
Yep.
It's about that time.
By that time.
That will work.
That'll work.
That will do it. All right. Since we don't have Flex, he normally is the guy. So it's like, take us out, Mr. Yam Juice. Bloop.